Peace, peace. Welcome back to Scipher Living. I'm so excited today, um, mainly because yesterday my wife and I pretty much completed a 30-day liquid fast. So I'm very excited about that. Fasting is probably one of the hardest things to do in life. And the reason why that is, especially for 30 days, and the reason why that is because um, one of the hardest things to do is to not consume food. Not many people um, do that. You know what I mean? We pretty much eat, you know, 3 meals to even more meals a day. You know what I mean? And that's what we used to. You know what I'm saying? That's what you know has been ingrained in us since we were young. You know what I mean? So to not consume, physical food for 30 days is a big accomplishment for me and my wife. So I'm really excited about that. And just a few minutes ago, I just got finished eating a small salad. You know what I mean? And I'm full off of a small salad. I haven't eaten food like physical food in 30 days, and pretty much we've been consuming spring water. We started off consuming smoothies, and then we cut the smoothies out. I think it was like the first week, like late first week, maybe the early second week. But we were just consuming water, teas, and we started like towards the end of the fast. We started drinking watermelon juice, and that was the game changer for me, well, for both of us, because during this fast, it was an amazing journey. But during this fast, you have your up and down days. So there was some days where my energy was really low, and I was moving pretty much like a snail. I didn't have a lot of energy. I equated that to a lot of that had to do with because before we started consuming the watermelon juice, I was consuming apple juice, and apple juice was making me um, really gassy, and the gas was pretty much like trapped and it wouldn't come out. So I was feeling pretty horrible at times, um, and it was kind of griping my stomach somewhat. I just didn't feel good, um, and it was making me really tired. You know what I mean? But all through this fast, um, I was rarely hungry. I lost my hunger. I'm gonna say after day 3, somewhere around there. I can't remember. I did 2 other videos, so make sure you guys check those videos out. This is the third part to those videos, and I pretty much just wanted to, document and journal my fast. This was the first time I've ever did anything like this in my life. I did a fast one time. It was a water fast. It was for like I think it was 6 or 7 days, and you know I I didn't prepare well for that, and I had really no energy, man. And people were telling me like, "Man, you look bad," like, you know what I mean. So I came off the water fast, and that's because I didn't. To me, I didn't really do it properly. I didn't prepare for it. I didn't do it properly, and it's pretty dangerous when you first, especially for your first fast. So I don't recommend a water fast until you're more experienced with fasting. So this is, pretty much our second fast, and I learned a lot, man. I learned a lot. I learned a lot spiritually. Um, I learned a lot physically um, and mentally. You know what I mean? And we didn't just fast from food. I mean, we pretty much fasted from a lot of things. We fasted from any type of negativity, um, any type of like negative music or negative TV shows. I mean, we don't watch a lot of TV shows, but we do watch some shows. So we fasted from that. And one of the other things we fasted from was sex. We didn't have sex for like 30 days for this whole fast. So we both pretty much knew, why we were doing this, what we were doing this for. And like I said, we just fasted um, from a lot of the negative things. You know what I mean? There was some days that was better than others, and some days that were worse than others. During fasting, you go through a lot of emotions. You know what I mean? You have a lot of ups and downs, highs and lows. Yeah, some days I just felt angry. Some days I felt sad, happy. I pretty much went through all the emotions. Yeah, so we definitely learned a lot. I prepared better for this one by controlling my portion sizes going into this fast, and also what I did was is when I wake up in the morning, I would just have water, and I probably wouldn't consume anything solid um, until about, I think it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock, something like that. So I prepared myself for it. This was my preparation for it. Um, During this fast, I took a lot of herbs, a lot of sea moss, green foods, plus these were in capsules. Um, Burdock root, sarsaparilla, uh, what else? Bladderwrack, and then and then for the first 2 weeks, I consumed black walnut because I was trying to destroy any type of parasites that's in your system. And if you have ever eaten any type of meat, or fish, or chicken, or whatever, you definitely have some parasites in you, and they live in you. They'll live in you forever. As long as you feeding them sugar and stuff like that, they will live in you forever. So I wanted to take that black walnut for 2 weeks. You don't want to take it past that. And then, like, towards the end of this fast, I started taking papaya leaf powder, clove, and what else did I take? It was cloves, papaya leaf powder. Oh, I started taking yellow dock too. I should have started taking more of that in the very beginning. I kind of like started taking that like towards the middle, which is bitter, and it pretty much help you with digestion. Especially, I suffer from IBS most of my life. I realized it back in the 90s, the early 90s, when my digestion started changing. So I went through the whole gamut of tests and been on the whole gamut of medications and stuff like that. And I could never find out what it was, you know what I mean? And then I discovered Dr. Sebi probably about, I don't know, I think about like 8 years ago or something like that. But I didn't get really serious with it till about 6 years ago. And because of my lifestyle and being so busy, I never really had a chance to fast for a long period of time. So, like I said, I did a week or 6 to 7 days for that water fast, but that was as long as I could do. Because I think I was working at the time and I was on vacation. So, but, now being home most of the time, and being able to, just pretty much take it easy, I said, this is the perfect time. This is the perfect time to fast. So I said that I would do 3 days, and if I did 3 days, I would do 7 days. And if I did 7 days, I said, you know what? I'm going for the whole month. And at that 7th day, I was like, man, I'm not really hungry. I just knew that at times, like, I would feel like kind of like my energy was low. And I would either drink some water and then drink some juice or something like that to bring my energy back up. And then, I was pretty much fine for a couple hours. I mean, I've never really was hungry per se. And I think a lot of times we mistake hunger for our body needing nutrients, you know what I mean? And the thing is a lot of foods that we eat and we consume and products that we consume. It's another thing we fasted from is products. Even though, we like pretty much follow an alkaline lifestyle. Those are one of the things you want to fast from. But what was I saying? Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, I'll get it back. But yeah, I mean, it was just an amazing journey, man. We learned a lot, and I highly recommend, um, you know, everyone pretty much do a fast. And what I was saying is like, we consume so many different like hybrid foods and stuff like that, and a lot of that stuff is really not nutritious. You know what I'm saying? And if you have any type of worms or parasites or anything like that, um, a lot of times when you're eating certain foods or you're consuming certain things, you're actually feeding the parasites. So they're taking a lot of those nutrients away from you. And what I noticed along this fast, it was even before this fast when I was just consuming regular, food, you know, even when I was vegetarian or vegan and I came into the alkaline lifestyle, or, the plant-based lifestyle, even certain things that I was consuming, I would consume it and then I would feel like really drained and out of it after I ate it. You know what I mean? And I couldn't understand that. You know what I mean? So, I realized that, I needed to do something. I needed a drastic change. So this is pretty much why, I decided to fast. It's because I wanted to give my digestive system, first of all, suffering from IBS, much needed rest. My body has been digesting food, all my life. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when you eat certain foods, especially heavy foods, even with the grains and nuts, like your body has to work really hard to break that stuff down. Yeah, a lot of people can digest it. They don't have any like effects from it. They don't feel any kind of way from it, but it still puts strain on your system. It can put strain on your heart. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that you shouldn't eat it, but you should really limit those things. You shouldn't really eat those that often. Plants, fruits and vegetables. That's what I say. And there's so many different ways that you go about doing it. Like currently, right now that we come off the fast, instead of juicing the watermelon, cut up seeded watermelon. That's what you want, preferably organic. I cut up the watermelon this morning, and my wife and I, I was still pretty much fasting. I didn't eat till about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and we had a couple pieces. I had like 2 pieces of watermelon, and I was fine. It filled me up. My energy was up. I was able to do certain stuff around the house. I'm more active. I'm more energetic. My skin cleared up a whole lot, and I also lost 22 pounds. 22 pounds, and it came off pretty evenly and steady and slow. It wasn't like too fast. You know what I mean? So I'm excited about that. I'm almost down to my high school weight, so I'm excited about that. You know what I mean? I feel pretty good. Don't feel heavy. Some of my injuries aren't bothersome anymore because of the weight. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. It's just awesome. This journey was awesome. I definitely want to do this again. I may do this maybe twice a year for 30 days. You know what I mean? Just to, rejuvenate and, replenish the body. And it is said that when you fast, after a certain amount of days, you pretty much start to regenerate your immune system. There's a lot going on right now in the world, and there's a lot of illness, and this was the perfect time for me, especially when I'm trying to pretty much heal my body. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, man, I'm just grateful. I'm thankful, um, for life. Thankful for the universe. I'm thankful, super thankful for my wife. My wife was very instrumental. We both was instrumental to each other. She didn't think that she was gonna even go past 7 days. She was like, "Nah, it's 7 days. I'm done." And I was like, "Listen, I'm going for it." You know what I mean? And I said, "If you're with me, you know, I'm happy. I would rather have you with me. You know what I'm saying?" And I'm not gonna lie. You have your up and down days, and there are certain days where you just want to give up. But you have to have a strong why and why you're doing this. You see what I'm saying? Um, and my why is pretty strong. There was a couple days I was so gassy, I was so uncomfortable. I was just like, I wasn't having a lot of mucus come out of me. Um, but I did want to take care of the parasites or any type of worms that I had, and I actually passed two worms, parasites in my bowel movements. I think that was like the second week or something like that. So I was excited about that. I pretty much accomplished some of what I wanted to accomplish, and the reason why I was taking certain herbs because it actually came out. And I took took it out, and I took a picture of it. You know what I mean? I showed my wife. I was so excited about it. Even though it's like, one of those things where it's like, should I? I guess I should be excited about it, right? Because I'm healing. So, yeah. I mean, yeah. So some amazing things happen. You know, um, just a lot of good things has been happening also in our lives. Um, we pretty much stuck to the house a lot though. We didn't have a whole lot of energy. We had some energy. Um, yeah, so I suggest if you're gonna do the fast, you want to stick around the house and not really do anything strenuous, anything like working out or anything like that. Or you just have to really listen to your body. Everybody's different. Um, yeah, so I just wanted to pretty much touch on whatever I can touch on and things that I noticed along fast. Yeah, my senses, my mental status was pretty good most of the time. Like I said, sometimes I just didn't feel it. Sometimes I would just you know pretty much be laying down for most of the day. You know what I mean? There's a couple times I got up and I felt dizzy, but that's because um, I guess my blood sugar was very low, and when I was consuming apple juice, uh, it was making me just not feel good and stuff like that, um, making me bloated and everything like that. So I know it said that apple juice it will make you gassy. So I wouldn't recommend it on a fast, but it may not affect any of you, like it affects me. This is just my experience. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a herbalist. Um, I just do reading. I watch videos. I listen to people. I talk to people, and I experiment my body. My body here. We only here, one time physically. So, you know, I'm gonna experiment as much as I possibly can without, trying to harm myself. And I've been pretty successful with it. Um, I've never seen parasites come out of me at all. As long as I've been living. So that was that was a that was a big breakthrough for me. I had you know, and what was weird is, well, I guess it ain't weird, but I guess because I was consuming sea moss, and pretty much when sea moss is wet, it gels. You know what I'm saying? And it and bladderwrack, and I did have pretty much throughout the whole fast, I had solid bowel movements, but I also did have loose bowel movements. So um, yeah, I mean, just trying to think of everything that I pretty much went through. Um, my senses. Yes, my senses are more keen. I could smell better. I had like my nasal passages was pretty stuffy. I was pretty stuffy, and I had allergies, and my allergies rarely bother me. I mean, I would maybe get a sneeze every now and then, um, but that's about it. You know, and my allergies usually bother me, itchy eyes and runny nose and stuff like that, and I would get like what felt like some, I guess like pressure headaches from your sinuses or whatever like that, but I didn't really have any of that, man. Like I said, and then cleared up a lot of brain fog, because I also suffered from that. Even with the IBS, um, you can suffer from that, from brain fog, but that also can be contributed to having parasites. So, now what I'm currently taking, this is what I wanted to share with you is, because I'm not taking black walnut anymore, and I can actually take it again if I wanted to, because you could be 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. But what I did was I made wormwood, clove, and papaya leaf powder, and I also added a little fennel in it, just to soothe my stomach while that's doing work. So I take that pretty much twice a day, 400 capsules twice a day, once in the morning and then once at night. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much just for maintenance, or just to get any type of parasites that I may still have in me. I don't know if I have any parasites in me. The ironic thing about it is, like, I've had endoscopies, I've had colonoscopies, and not once does a doctor tell you that you have any type of worms or any type of parasites. They go inside you with a camera. You know what I mean? And I have pictures of the inside of my digestive system, and only thing they ever found was irritation, but they never said anything about parasites. So I'm not sure if those cameras can actually detect that, or maybe they see it and they just aren't knowledgeable on how to handle it. I don't know. I mean, they pretty much handle, acid, acid reflux and things like that, things of that nature. Yeah. So I just want to say, like, if you are suffering from any type of illness, you guys need to fast. And one of the things that you need to consume while fasting is very important. You don't want to deprive yourself of minerals. Is sea moss and bladderwrack. Sea moss is said to have 92 minerals of the 102 minerals that's in your body. And yeah, if you guys are interested in sea moss and bladderwrack and other herbs, you can check us out at www.scipherliving.com. That's SCIPHER living.com, and you'll find the link in the comments or in the description below. All right. Trying to think of is there anything else that I want to share with y'all. Like I said, my wife and I, we both did it, so we both accomplished it. And today is our first day of having solid food again. And I ate a small salad. It's like a small wooden bowl, and I felt full. And I feel pretty okay right now. Maybe for the remainder of the day, I may have a little bit more salad later, and maybe some more watermelon. But another thing you can do, or you want to do, when you're coming off a fast, you don't really want to eat. Now, when I say solid food, I'm talking about foods that are not dense. Coming off the fast, like salads. Salads is okay to eat small salad, because most of what you're eating, the vegetables or whatever fruit you want to put in it, is made of water. Okay, so you don't want to eat anything heavy like grains or nuts or anything like that coming off of fast, because you will shock your system. Your digestive system. My digestive system been pretty much at rest um, for a while. So you don't want to put anything heavy inside your system coming off of fast. I mean, I wouldn't recommend that at all. So you want to stick to like maybe fruit. First, you want to start off with juices and maybe something like that. Something we started off with watermelon, because watermelon is mostly water. So, but you do have some denser fruit stuff like that. But yeah, you want to kind of like ease yourself back into eating solid food. All right. So I recommend probably smoothies coming off of fast. That would be a good thing to do. I particularly didn't do, or we didn't particularly do smoothies, because I noticed during the fast, in the beginning when we were doing the smoothies, I guess the coconut milk. And you want to get coconut milk from young coconuts, the not the brown coconuts, but yeah, but we were. I was getting really gassy. It was like bothering my stomach really bad. So, and I kind of like knew that coconut kind of like disturbed my system because of like years ago, but I didn't realize it until like after it started affecting me. I was like, oh yeah, that's right, coconut kind of like messes with my system. I guess I was having too much of it, but yeah. I cut that out, so I didn't have any smoothies. But if you can tolerate it, that's what I suggest. I mean, it don't have to be coconut milk. You can also do like walnut milk or Brazil nut milk or hemp seed milk. I guess I didn't try that, but I just said I would just leave it completely alone and just stick to juice and teas. I would have teas probably like 3, sometimes 4 times a day. I would drink tea, and the thing is if you feel like you're hungry or you feel like you're weak at some point, just drink. All you got to do is just drink. Make some juice, get a juicer. I'm gonna have a link in below, or of the juicer that we use. It's a Breville juicer, really good juicer. They have tons of juices out there on the market, but this one's pretty good. Yeah, but drink some juice, drink some water, and if you could withstand coconut is actually really good. It's a really good hydrator. So if you're feeling weak, or you feel like your blood sugar is dropping or something like that, coconut water is excellent. I couldn't really do it too much because it would bother me and give me gas. And once I switched to the watermelon juice, a lot of that went away. My digestive system was able to relax. So yeah, so I'm just really excited, just really happy, you know what I mean? And like I said, this is probably one of the hardest things I ever had to do in my life, ever. That's one of the biggest issues with people, with humanity, is that we got so used to eating food. We think that we need food. We think that we have to eat 3 times a day. I'm probably going to be eating only 1 time a day going forward. Like I just ate that salad, you know what I mean? And I pretty much, I ate the watermelon, and that's mostly water. But I made that salad. I may have watermelon later, and I may ease myself in to eating 1 time a day. That way, like come the evening time or closer to bedtime, I don't have anything heavy on my system, and I sleep well. That's another thing. Once I switched to watermelon juice, and in between that time, I had some days where I slept really good and my stomach didn't bother me, but there was a lot of days that it did bother me. And that's one thing, like once I got that straight with the watermelon juice and I wasn't having really gas and discomfort, And I slept like a baby every night, man, every night. And when you wake up, you don't feel tired. You feel, energetic. You know what I mean? Before this fast, when I was eating food and stuff like that, if I ate too late, I would not feel like drained so much, but I wouldn't be very energetic. You know what I mean? Like my mood was different. You know what I mean? I wasn't that happy in the morning like I am now. I wake up and I feel great. I'm like, man, I'm ready. I'm ready for the day. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's another thing. I slept really well, and I'm still sleeping well. Another thing I did a lot of times is I took baths. Took baths with some sea salt, and just meditated. It's another thing we did too. Also, is we meditated. I would come out here, like I am now, and put on some meditative music. Some Hertz music. You could look that up, and just pretty much sit out here and listen to nature. This is my backyard. There's a lot of trees. I'm hearing the birds chirping. There's some bamboo trees over here in the corner. I just love bamboo. It just speaks to me. A lot of this just speaks to me, and I just sit back here in the backyard and just meditate, you know what I mean? It's another part of fasting and healing. And, you want to connect everything, your mind, your body, and your spirit. You connect all those things, then, you're pretty much straight, you're pretty much set. You know what I mean? I feel my connection to the universe. I feel my connection to all of this. Because I'm putting the right information in my body. That's another thing. You want to put the right information in your body. A lot of these hybrid foods and this processed food and stuff that you see in supermarkets, it's all man-made and it's manufactured. It doesn't assimilate well in your natural body. And that's where we get certain illnesses from. It's where we get certain negative thoughts from. It's pretty much why a lot of the madness that's going on in the world, all over the world, is because we're consuming the wrong foods. You guys have to start consuming the right foods, man. I'm a totally different person than I was 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Totally. The things that used to excite me, and you know what, I don't think it, some of it comes with age, but I think a lot of it comes with what I'm consuming. You know what I mean? What I'm allowing in my temple, on my temple, what I'm allowing in my life. Yeah, man. That's it, man. I just love everybody. I love humanity. I do these videos, not just for me, but just to share, with you guys my experience, and to try and be as transparent as possible, and to just let you know, like, if I can do it, and so many other people can do it, you can do it too. I get a lot of people, that know that I'm doing this, and I get a lot of comments and stuff like that, and then there's a lot of people who think they can't do it, and it's mind over matter. Like, if you put your mind to it, you'll do it. You know what I mean? But see, the key is preparation. You got to be prepared. You got to prepare yourself. You got to make that one decision, that first decision, and pretty much just prepare and get ready for it, and set a date. Like, all right, this date, I'm fast. You know what I mean? And you don't have to do 30 days. I'm not saying that, but you want to at least do 3 days. 3 days, pretty much. Your body starts to pretty much regenerate itself. It starts to make changes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when the healing starts, after 3 days. So if you could do 3 days. And then if you do 3 days and you're feeling pretty good and you're feeling pretty strong, do 7 days. After that, you're feeling pretty good, do 14. And just keep going on. You know what I mean? Like, I knew that at the seventh day that I said I'm going to full 30. You know, and there was 2 times where I felt like I wanted to stop. Um, but you know, when you have a good support system, my wife, she helped me out a lot with that. You know, just talking to me and pushing me. You know, and I understand there's a lot of people who don't have anybody that can push them, but you have to push yourself. You know what I mean? Your why has to be strong, strong enough. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think I pretty much shared as much as I can remember and I can think of. If you guys have any comments, you have any questions, just put them in the comments. Put them in the comments below. You know what I mean? And I don't know everything. I may be wrong about some stuff, but I can only tell you what my experience is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys because I love you. I love me. If I don't love you, then I don't love me. We are one. You understand what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. We are one. So if I take care of me, I want to make sure that I'm trying to take care of you. You know, whatever information or knowledge that I may have. All right. So I want to thank you guys for listening to me pretty much share this and rant. I'm excited. I feel like I'm a new man. I feel like this is a new life. This is a new beginning. Like I'm born again. If that's the way you want to look at it. If you're a religious person, you know, this is a new life for me. So I'm pretty excited, man. 30 days, man. That's a big accomplishment to not eat food. I can do it. Can you? Can you do it? Can you not eat food for a certain amount of time? I think you can. You just got to do it. So, once again, I want to thank y'all for listening, and I want to, I will that everyone is healthy, and if you're not healthy, I will that you get healthy and you really start to take your life and your health serious, because you only here one time physically. You only here one time, and your body is your temple, and you have to take care of your temple. All right. So, you guys have a great day, a blessed day, and I will see you guys again. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Okay. Hit that bell and select all for all of the uploads that we do. All right. So y'all have a good day. Peace.